that LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild ones go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This that LeVar Walker Show. Turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this that LeVar Walker Show. Oh yeah, you turn scars into skits, old wounds into bits. Every calling, every friend feels like Sunday once again. From the grind to the glow up, glass half empty, you pour more up. You take the weight we hold below and lift it on the LeVar Walker Show. This that LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry, yeah, we let it roll. Healing through a joke and a story for the soul. This that LeVar Walker Show. Turn it up loud, let the whole block know. From pain to punchlines, watch the wisdom glow. Yeah, this that LeVar Walker Show. Hey, some days heavy, some days light. You still find a way to make it feel alright. When the world's too loud, when the bill's too high, I press play, hear your voice, and I remember why. This that LeVar Walker Show, where the real ones talk and the wild thoughts go. We laugh, we cry.
What's happening? Welcome back to the greatest show on the face of the earth. We are back again at the LeVar Walker Show podcast. I've been getting a lot of love for the intro song that we got playing. And two, if y'all got something y'all want to advertise within that 2-minute window, DM me, man. I could work out a deal or something with you. But anyway, what's happening? Welcome back, man. We are here. We in the building. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day today. What is today? What's today? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday, March 26th. And Druski has done it again. Druski, this young man is on fire. He keeps coming with the hits. And now it's to the point now with these Druski skits, people are gathering around to watch them. They like an event. And basically it shows us how the internet is taking the place of television. It's taking the place of SNL. I think Druski's bigger than SNL and Living, like he is the new SNL, new and Living Color, new all of those things. And to all the young comics is out there, you doing your thing with the skits and stuff. It's big. It shows us how comedy has also evolved. And the skit, to me, it was funny. I mean, I liked it. You know, it's him reenacting. I'm guessing Erica Clark. Let's look at it together. We're gonna look at this together, guys, and you guys let me know what you think. Y'all can come in on the chat and we can talk about this. Let's see here. Here we go. Let me hurry up and get it because somebody was complaining I don't get to the videos quick enough. But also let me make sure my... All right, cool. Let's check it out. Let's check this out.
Get on your feet!
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
I want to know who put that jaw on there. They made that jaw strong as hell with that makeup.
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God.
Oh, that's funny.
And that is why we say our prayers.
Oh, that's funny.
We are all his children.
Wow. I like that.
But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
You see the subtle nuance in that? That's subtle nuance. Stare at the camera. Zoom in on the face. It's good.
Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha. And Bella will have all organic pup cup.
Organic.
Yes, everything organic.
He's showing subtle nuance. Like a lot of people got mad talking about he making fun of the lady, but he is just reenacting how she is. Like I got people coming to me in my DMs trying to attack me because I posted a picture of him next to Erica Clark, and they're like, talking crazy to me. I said, well, first of all, I didn't do this, okay? I didn't reenact it, but he's just reenacting. There was no disrespect involved in this whole skit. It's just showing what's going on.
Four, 3, 7. Oh, Hannah, you good? 4, 3, 2. Hold your chest lifted. We're gonna lift.
We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
Brilliant. It's a brilliant skit, man. It's a brilliant take. He wasn't disrespectful. All he did was like reenacted exactly how they act. That's all. There was no disrespect. Didn't mention a name. Just dressed up. And all we can do, we don't even know if he's actually making fun of Erica Clark. All we could do is try to I guess figure it out. He didn't mention the name. He didn't say anything. All he did was carry himself the same way. And a lot of people are upset. I had people, like I say, I had people coming in my DMs and shit like, bro, I didn't do the video. All I'm doing is showing it. He didn't mention the name. He didn't say nothing about Buddy. None of that. And these people are upset. Comedy, the funniest thing about comedy is the funniest comedy is typically the truth, right? So just the nuance that he did, how she looks stoic after she says something, is what it is. And I'm going to read to y'all what the guy said, because some guy came into my actual Facebook messenger and he was talking crazy to me. Let me find what he said. Yeah, this is what he said. Satanic. Yeah, babe. Huh? Oh, you got can I come? I'll come down in a second because I'm in here doing this. So this is what the guy tells me. Satanic, low IQ NPCs. Hey, let's make fun of a widow because we think the psychotic Candace Owen is a smart woman and talks the truth. Now all of a sudden, Candace Owen is psychotic. One thing about Candace Owen, she talks about everybody. She doesn't make a difference. She talk about black people, white people, All people. But however, when she's not talking the way you want her to talk, now you're mad at her. Because now they turn on Candace Owens because Candace is pointing out a lot of things and questioning a lot of things. So now they jumping on Candace. You guys suck. And it's live here on the internet. You guys are rotten inside, and I think you know that. What? Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? They pissed off about it, and then they said, well, what happens if someone does blackface? Do the blackface. I don't give a damn. Y'all act like Robert Downey didn't do blackface in that movie. I don't care. Funny is funny. I don't get in my feelings. If a white person did blackface, I'm not mad, bro. Do it. Like, reenact it. If it's funny, it's funny. We just go laugh. But what Druski did, once again, brilliant. To the point, man, dude, I think dude must have got, I don't know how, dog, he got like 30 million views or something in like 20 minutes, bro. Like, this is insane. It's insane, bro. Like, let me see how many. And it's just on his Instagram page. Let me see. That thing is at 37.5 million views, and it ain't even been out 24 hours. So he dope, man. Shout out to Druski, man. Druski, good dude. You know what I mean? He showed me a lot of love, man. I'm with my son. Good dude, man. And I'm not here to dick ride because I'm building my own table, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due, respectively. So the Druski, keep killing their ass, man. Keep cooking with this shit, man. It's hilarious. And also, too, now you're getting brothers about, look at him. He done dress up like a woman. He is humiliating himself. This is a Hollywood humiliation ritual. The nigga don't even work for Hollywood, bro. He just do skits on his own with Instagram. He dressed up like that. And understand, he didn't put on a dress. He did not put on a dress. So, can this Cold Will guy be banned from chatting? Are you talking about me, Daryl? I really want to know what you're talking about. Daryl, are you? Oh no. You talking to somebody in the chat. Daryl is talking to somebody. What's up, Carl Will? What's happening? From Louisville. What's happening? Jean Zaki. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Shout out to my new subscriber on YouTube, Faith Over Fear. Lame the producer. I see you, big dog. And good morning, Carl Will. So shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up on me. This is great, man. This is great. And guess what, guys, too? If you can, because shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me on YouTube. We're really picking up over on YouTube. If y'all can, man, I made a members page, right? And it's just to support the channel, help me, spend more money on equipment to help me better the show. If you could, that'd be great. If you join the membership page, if you can. If not, that's fine too. We still gonna rock out. But just that added support always helps, and I always appreciate you. And then also with that membership, I'm just gonna bring you behind the scenes, do some behind the scenes stuff, and just show y'all kind of my day, bring you into my world a little bit more, and just grow. You know what I mean? We all about that growth. So I'm gonna move right along. It was said, I saw something, and I don't know if this is true in regards to Michael B. Jordan, where Michael B. Jordan did he didn't do a deal, but it was like a verbal agreement to do Miami Vice for $5 million. However, after he won the Oscar, he went back to those producers at Miami Vice and he said, the $5 million is not going to be good. I need $18 million. Now we know that Michael B. Jordan got $4 million for Sinners. So $5 million was saying like, okay, cool. That's $1 million up. Let's do $5 million. However, he won the Oscar. He wants 18 now. A lot of people felt indifferent about that. Some people felt like it was okay because people are looking at it like this. On the one hand, and that's if he did this. I don't know. This is just something I saw. I'm a meathead. I just get on here and talk. That's all I do. So basically, on the one hand, he told the guy, listen, I do it for 5 million. I would honor that. Me personally, I would honor that. However, with the heat that he has from the Oscars, he wants the 18 million, which is understandable because I guess he would consider himself a draw at the box office. However, we got to look at it, right? And I'm going to look at numbers and be objective. This particular Oscars that was displayed had the lowest viewership of any Oscars for the history of the Oscars. Now, as black people, I celebrate them. I'm very, very happy and very proud of Michael B. Jordan. Also, too, we got to look at this for what it is. Who in 2026 really cares about Miami Vice? And let's just be honest. And if I'm wrong or if you feel like I'm a hater for saying that, just let me know in the chat. But it's 2026. Who cares about Miami Vice in 2026? Let's just keep it a bean, right? I mean, because Miami Vice is pretty much, we've seen it. We saw Miami Vice back in the day on NBC, in the 80s, which was a hit and killer show. Then they also did a movie with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell or whoever, Colin Quinn, I don't know. They did the Miami Vice movie and didn't really do much, right? They did the Miami Vice movie. The budget on the movie was like $153 million. The movie gross to date, the worldwide box office on that same film to date is $164 million. So they are still seriously in the red with that movie. And they're in the red because anytime you hear a budget on the movie, so if somebody say the budget for this film was $100 million, well, if it's $100 million budget for the film with the actors, the crew, the grips, all that, right? It's going to cost another 100 million for product and advertising. So anytime you hear the budget on a movie, multiply that by 2, okay? So the $100 million movie is really a $200 million movie. So you need to make 200 million at the box office to recoup. With that being said, the original Miami Vice at 150 million budget was a $300 million movie. They only recouped 164 million, so they are still greatly in the hole. And it's not to say that Michael B. Jordan is a bad actor, and I'm not even saying he's not a draw, but I just don't think there's any interest in Miami Vice at this point. I don't see an interest. Who cares about Miami Vice in 2026? And and isn't the new Miami Vice Bad Boys? I mean, let's just be honest. That's Miami Vice. Martin and Will are Miami Vice, and we don't even want to see that anymore. I think that's a wrap. I don't know if they're gonna do another Bad Boys, but it's like, bruh, y'all can't be out here older than Danny Glover still fighting crime. It's just not. It's like, can we let it go? So, and then too, the movie business is just down. Like, people are just not going to the movies. Right now, I believe with the new Avengers, they have to recoup $2 billion to be profitable. $2 billion. So I guess the break even they had $2 billion. So that means the budget on that film was 500,000 and they doing P&A for another 500. So they had $1 billion, bro. Or let's see the budget for the new Avengers. Let's look that up. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible when pulling up these facts. New Avengers movie budget. Yeah. So Avengers Avengers Doomsday is projected to be one of the most expensive films ever, with placing production budget between 500 million and 600 million, bro. That means you looking at 1.2 billion total. That is insane. That's insane. And I hope they get it. Like, and here is the Avengers Doomsday needs $2 billion to break even. They need 2 billion to break even, bro. That is insane. They spending 1 billion after marketing and theater costs, meaning they need to make double that to start earning a profit. Do y'all think they'll do it? Let me know. Come in on the chat. Let me know if y'all think Avengers is gonna make $2 billion, bro. Let me know. Let me know. I don't see it, man. I think these movies are cooked. I think these movies are cooked. I think we cooked in the movie business. Y'all can let me know if y'all feel the same way. But I don't see it. I think with these movies, they definitely gonna have to go to AI to cut the cost, because I feel like they spent all that money on it. I feel like if they would have just went in a total AI studio, they could have probably cut that cost to like shit. They probably could have got it done for probably 20 million, right? And then you make the billion back off of that. But they definitely gonna have to use a lot of AI studios and AI credits to get that done. But you guys let me know how you feel, because we gonna keep moving it right along, man. Also, too, I want to talk about this. Um, it looked like Yaya Mayweather, and I know this podcast is all over the place. I get messy. I talk whatever. I talk politics, mess. I don't have any transitions. This is just what I do. But anyway, Yaya Mayweather, the daughter of Floyd Mayweather, who has a baby with the rapper NBA Youngboy, complained about NBA Youngboy not spending time with their child. NBA Youngboy got 7 baby mamas or 10 baby mamas or something like that. And Yaya Mayweather is number 7, right? Now, if you were baby mama number 1, I think I would have more empathy. If you were baby mama number 2, I would probably have more empathy. If you was baby mama number 3 through 5, I would have more empathy. But number 7, you lay down with a nigga with 6 other baby mamas and open your legs to have a child with him. And you mad because it is what it is. That is just delusion. That's delusion. And this is the same man who disrespected your daddy in a video when she popped up in the video. This is insane to me. And I now look at this. So yeah, it's crazy to see a MF step up and play stepdad to a straggler hoe that was picked on tour child's life, giving that kid time and attention, while your own child hasn't seen or heard from you in almost 6 months. Of course he hasn't seen or heard from him in 6. That man got other families to tend to, baby. You wear jersey number 7 of his baby mamas. And they don't want any accountability. And the saddest part about this, because in the black community right now, we celebrate this kind of shit. We celebrate this particular kind of culture where it's cute. You know, when you look at Lotto, who was allegedly pregnant by 21 Savage, just a baby mama. You know, it's cute. Oh, you baby mama. And all the women cheer this shit on. And then they don't show this part. And this happens over and over again. If you make a decision to just lay up with somebody, especially when they got now look, I understand divorces happen, all that, but you lay up with a motherfucker got 7, 8 baby mamas, why do you think you're gonna be special? But we celebrate this kind of shit, and it goes on and on and on. And our community is destroyed by it because the biggest part of the black community, number one cause of the destruction of the black community is the lack of the father in the household. It's not the white man. I'm talking about in 2026 and beyond. It's not the white man. It's the breakdown of the family structure. It's the breakdown of nuclear family. But we celebrate this shit in the music and the subculture. And when you think of Yaya Mayweather, this young lady comes from money. It's not like she even needed to do this to show you how perverted the culture is. This girl is rich. She was born in money. And you would think like, yo, why the fuck would you go lay down with this nigga? You could have had your pick of the litter. But that shows you how detrimental these images and shit that are pushed out to these girls. That shows you. They want a toxic motherfucker. They want to, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I get it. I'm an old hating square. I know. You know what I mean? But it just needs to be talked about. She's rich. She's rich. And for whatever reason, this is the decision she made. Because it's all about decisions. A lot of people say, well, why you don't blame the man? Well, it's not that I don't blame the man. I'm not saying that NBA YoungBoy is righteous and virtuous, but at the end of the day, shit, women give access to sex. Men give access to relationships. So the woman is going to, in the history of time, a man has never fucked a woman. Ever. The woman fucks the man. Understand that shit. Understand that. Well, I get it. Well, yeah, she's not rich, but her father's rich. Like she comes from money. Like she was never starving. She grew up, well off. So you would think, why would you make this type of decision growing up with affluence? She grew up affluent. Zoal Key, she's a dizzy bobblehead thirst trap. Floyd Mayweather is a lonely man that does not understand any of it. He be like, come on, grandson, let's go to the gym and hit the boxing bag. Okay, great. Okay. She's not rich. Her dad had money. She ain't got nothing of her own. That's true. But I mean, but look though, bro. He had to put away a couple million for her, right? Like in a trust or something. Attention is a new currency. Do he even read comments? I'm reading the comments. Deep. No, she didn't. Dead tight with that money. He ain't tight with the money. Now that's where you're wrong, Keon. Floyd ain't tight with no paper. It don't seem like it to me. Shit. Floyd will go buy $1 million handbag just for no reason. Yeah, so I mean, this is what we celebrate. Like literally, this is what we celebrate, right? And we got to be careful with that. We got to get back to celebration of family and morals and principle because I think right now we are a victim as black people, we are a victim of our cultural choices, right? And as a people, we make shit cool. So if you shame certain behaviors and shame shit, that shit gonna change. Trust me. He say money don't create integrity. Fucking is the new sport. Wow. Mm. You say he don't get them kids nothing, big bro? Do you know these people, Keon? Oh, he don't give his kids nothing. Well, based off her decisions, I guess that's obvious then. So, I mean, it's really sad, but shit, at least give him some game or something. That's sad. That is sad. Also, too, I saw Charlemagne. He interviewed Carisha. Charlemagne interviewed Young Miami. Let me see if I can find that. I don't think they got no clips up with that. Hold on, guys. I got to use the restroom real quick. Can y'all give me 1 second? Hold on. 1 second. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I am back, guys. Oh, man. Yo, shout out to Keon for showing me that love, bro. Yo, I appreciate that, man. Big ups to that, man. Yo, I appreciate that. That go a long way to help me keep pushing, man, because this comedy game is not for the weak. I'll tell you that shit right now, bro. It's hard, bro. It's like juggling, being a magician, trying to hold people's attention, taste change. You got to continuously adapt. But it's a monster, bro. But I want to see if we could find anything. Okay, here we go. Let's check it out.
You name a bunch of men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And you
let's check out what Carisha has to say.
All right, let's stay on Freaky Tales. You say you name a bunch of men.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, my billionaire nigga that stay on an island used to tell me, take that, while he fucked me for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's Diddy. In light of everything that has transpired, why weren't you afraid to still say that?
Because I think that I should be able to express myself. I should be able to say my life experiences. I don't feel like I should be silenced or I can't speak on anything or I should be scared because I just was in a relationship with somebody and what we had wasn't a crime or it was wrong. So it's like I'm expressing myself. It's music. It's my music. It's my time to tell my story and I want to have fun. I'm gonna do that.
When someone you were connected to becomes the center of serious allegations and legal issues, how do you reconcile the person you knew with the headlines everybody else sees?
I think in life, you always get put in something or a situation where you gotta make a life decision, and you gotta look back and say like, what makes sense for me right now? Like I can love this person, but I can love this person from a distance, or I can have a relationship with this person, but maybe I gotta come back to it. Like maybe I gotta come back around. And I think that was one of those situations.
You wrote a letter vouching for Diddy's character.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were upset because they was like, how could she do that after seeing the video with Cassie? A lot of people wanted to know why you decided to still write that letter.
I think I wrote a letter for a change, man. I think that the man that I met and that I experienced was changed. I'm not going to justify some bullshit or like support some but if I felt like that person was a change. And I felt like the person that I met was changed. It was a different experience. So that's why I wrote the letter.
Do you think you owed like your fans an explanation? Or do you feel like your personal relationships are nobody's business but your own?
I feel like both. I feel like as people that's supporting you, that's buying into you and that love you, you have to give them some type of, they got to be able to connect with you. So I can't just be like, fuck y'all, this is my personal life, I don't owe y'all shit. It's half of me that do feel like they were at the end of the day being a real person. I feel like that door is open to them.
How do you reconcile supporting someone publicly when the court of public opinion is saying something completely different?
Because if I meet you today, or if my time that I experience with you is one way, I can only judge that person that way. So it's just like I can't speak to nothing that I don't know of. I can only speak to the person that I met. And if I met this person that changed my life, that helped me grow, that treated me like a queen, that made me believe in myself, it's like that's what I know. And I feel like people can have opinions, but I can only judge a person off of what I know and what I experienced. Like I can't speak on nothing that I never was a part of, that I never knew. Like I can only judge who I met. I can only judge who I was in a relationship with.
Were you afraid that they might call you to testify?
No. I never hid nothing. I don't have nothing to hide.
You seem like a very loyal person.
I am.
At what point does loyalty become a liability?
That's a good question, Charlamagne.
We got time. We can just sit here and tell you. Yeah.
I mean...
Meaning because you might be with somebody and at some point you realize just you even being loyal to this person to a fault, at some point you might have to cut them off because they might start bringing you down.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. But also, I just feel like if a person, let's just say, for instance, right, I'm going to just use this as a scenario. Imagine a person help you become a better version of yourself, or help you believe in yourself, or help you just experience new things, or just introduce you to new things that you was able to take and, keep creating for your family, or it's still a positive for you. It's kind of hard to say, fuck you, you going through this shit, I don't give a fuck, like I gotta just fuck you. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard because it's like I don't want to kick somebody while they down, and I don't want to just say fuck you, you going through that shit, you got to figure it out, because like you my friend. I have a relationship with you. I have a personal relationship with you. Like I know you. It's like family. Like we like locked in. So it's like that's a hard situation, and it's just like I cannot just turn my back on somebody like that easy. Like that mean it was never no love there. Whatever I did for you, it meant nothing. It just that would be a fake person to me.
Very interesting. Well, that's cool. At least she got some integrity. At least she did stand up with Diddy. It seems like Diddy just told her, listen, fall back, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I got to go through this and I don't want to destroy your brand. So I think it was honorable on both sides. I also feel like with Diddy's downfall, that it was somewhat related to her. I believe, like, on the cool, that Cassie got a little bit jealous of the relationship between Diddy and Young Miami, which I think a lot of feelings came up. She was probably in that apartment. It was hot, not a lot of AC in there, and you're watching Diddy with this woman. She's getting a record career. They're everywhere. And you used to be the girl, and now she's moving. I think there could have been some envy in that. And I'm not here to condone any of Diddy's actions. I think that was horrific what he did to Cassie in that hotel. And then at the same time, I also feel like, should he be in jail? Absolutely not. I feel like this is a man in a relationship with two consenting adults. And I feel like he was railroaded due to the court of public opinion. And I'm going to stand on that forever. I believe his what he's in jail for, transporting prostitutes across state lines. That's the only thing they had on him. I think that's some bullshit. And if you're going to hold him in jail for 5 years for that, you should also put half of fucking Congress in jail, along with the president. The whole political system should be in jail with him if you're going to hold him on that. And I'm going to stand on that. I don't care. A lot of people, I got a lot of shit and pushback for that, but I don't care. Unfollow me, block me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to stand in that. And I do believe that the whole case was pretty much a fraudulent case. It was just stupid. You know what I mean? Like, they literally, I go back and I think about that. Y'all prosecuted a man for being freaky in his home. You kicked doors in and sent out Homeland Security over baby oil. It's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. And I mean, the Diddy situation to me is a total misuse of the Justice Department. And if you're going to incarcerate people for, I guess, being a mean person, or somebody's record deal didn't go through and Diddy was mean to me and he did this, where when all these people were lining themselves up and begging to fucking get on, like, give me a break. So, and I also believe with what LaJuan has to say, yes, the liquor company had a lot to do with it. But to show you how karma works, liquor sales are down over 80% amongst Gen Zers. So yeah, that's how it works. People aren't even drinking anymore. Huh? You see how that works? You see how that works? So they getting their asses kicked right now. These clubs getting their ass kicked because these kids ain't drinking, because the kids, they don't want to drink. They get high off a gummy, off a pill, and they come to the club high already. And personally, and then plus they probably look at alcohol as more poisoning than anything, which it is. And this is just where we're at in society. So shout out to Young Miami. That was a great take. And it's just what it is, man. Yeah, the defaced weapons. It was just stupid. You kick a man doing, you find handguns in Florida. Come on. Everybody got a gun in the South. Everybody. You can carry without a permit. What are we talking about? This it? We got guns and baby oil. That's all we got. Come on, man. Knock it off, man. Knock it off. You could have guns, bro. You could have guns in your home in the South. You have, our amendments give us the right to bear arms. So the whole court case was a crock of shit. As a matter of fact, I know they trying to appeal this conviction, and they're trying to appeal the conviction because the judge, let me tell you how dirty this shit is. So the judge based his sentencing, the judge of the Diddy trial based Diddy's sentencing on everything the jury found him not guilty on. So the jury found him not guilty on coercion, right? So the judge said, no, we're going to give him time on coercion, which is totally against, it was just an abuse of the justice system. It was a terrible, terrible case. I will see what's going on with this appeal. But if any man has been beaten down to the ground, it is definitely Diddy, man. Well, this was 2 days ago. Okay, let's take a look, see what's going on. According to TMZ, lawyers Shandi Khan arguing his sentence is far too harsh. The celebrity news and gossip site says Combs' team is accusing the judge in New Legal filing of punishing him for crimes for which he was acquitted, which is what I just said. An appeal was filed on Friday that points out a jury found Combs not guilty of sex trafficking and RICO charges. His lawyers claim he received a sentence that is roughly 4 times higher than normal for his prostitution-related Mann Act violations. Combs' lawyers say that his 50-month sentence is a perversion of justice, which I totally agree. They say the judge engaged in acquitted conduct sentencing, the practice of increasing punishment based on rejected allegations, which I agree, which they insist has been criticized across the legal landscape. Combs' team wants an appeal, court to order his immediate release and grant a judgment of acquittal or at least vacate and remand for resentencing. And he should get this. Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? We live in a scary, scary system if you're not going to judge by the laws. And I think they need to remove the judge from the bench, to be honest, because this judge was biased, bro. He was totally, totally biased, and they need to remove his ass. This was a public lynching. And for whatever reason, some black people were mad. They were more mad at Diddy's success than anything. They just wanted to see a takedown of the man, right? And to whoever was going to be successful, they got to understand there's never any fun when the rabbit has the gun. So you could be in that situation too, where you're doing your thing, you rising through the ranks, and everybody want to see you, turned down. So it's terrible. Terrible, terrible. And here we go. Now here we go. We got outrage. Oh wow, this is good because I know this. We started this off and it's titled Druski. So now he's getting outrage. Druski sparks outrage after dressing as Erica Kirk in latest viral skit. This is too far. Now they're mad. Controversial comedian Druski has triggered fresh outrage over his latest mega viral skit in which he dressed up as Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, with many calling him disgusting and completely disrespectful to a grieving widow. The black comic painted his skin and sported a white suit, blue contact lenses, and blonde locks as he mocked the Turning Point USA CEO in his How Conservative Women Act in America sketch, which has racked up more than 40 million views on social media. Druski's skit began with Erica dancing as pyrotechnics went off around her in a send-up of Charlie Kirk's memorial service before answering questions from reporters about the Iran war in imitation of White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt. The comic also mocked Erica's body language from a December CBS News town hall during which critics had called out her intense stare. I serve a righteous God, and this is why we say our prayers with all his children. When I say children, I mean Holy Blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible. Druski, whose real name is Drew Disbordes, said in the video, we have to protect all men in America, especially the white men. Those are the ones we care about. Yes, because they're the ones who matter most. And this is a picture of Erica Clark there. Druski, who also wore whiteface in September last year to portray a racist NASCAR fan, was then seen ordering an organic pup cup and struggling in a Pilates class. Of course, the fans were laughing hysterics, but the depiction struck a nerve among others. This is too far, man. You were completely disrespectful to an NFL honors, and now you're making fun of Erica Kirk, whose husband was brutally assassinated. This ain't it. And I want to say to those people, not one time in this skit was Erica named. So that, you're off bases with that. She was never named in this skit. He didn't say a name. So don't do that. Of all conservatives, women in America, why her? The man never mentioned her name. He didn't label her name. He did nothing. He did nothing of the sort. So y'all need to stop. Is this a joke? You think it's funny? Making fun of you? A disgusting piece of you know what? Now, this is the same woman who shortly after the assassination of her husband, she could be seen laughing and making jokes, starting a new life, hugging the vice president extra strong. And listen, I'm not here to tell anybody how to grieve, but give me a break and quit trying to find what they are having right now is a lot of selective outrage. The selective outrage. That's what I see. Druski can make fun of niggas all day, nothing. And Samara Lewis made a great point. Kirk bought the comedy upon herself because she's a joke in itself. Yes, she is. And let's pull up some things where she actually acted strange. Like, I don't know, I'm not telling anybody how to grieve, but she seemed to have grieved strangely. Okay, now here's
creep everybody out. And why?
So let's look at something here. Okay.
Okay, well, until you walk a mile in someone else's shoes.
So I've already mentioned how I think that Erica is intentionally acting suspicious for a more manipulative purpose. But why is she intentionally trying to creep everybody out? And why are we the only ones pointing it out? Why is no one on the mainstream or in the spotlight talking about her creepy ass glares? This is how I know that we're the only real people out here. Don't you think that if you were interviewing someone that was looking at you like this, and you were a real person, you'd be like, why are you looking at me like that? If you were ever interviewing someone that was just glaring, you'd be like, are you okay? And this is why we know it's all a setup and it's all just a show for us. Because not one person in all of these talk shows and these interviews and on these podcasts, no one is talking about it besides us. That's why I know that we're the only real people. And don't even be like, oh, Candace is talking about it. Candace is on the case. No, she's not. She's controlled. She's telling you what you think you want to hear. She reveals nothing that actually matters. Oh, well, she showed us text messages and she's exposing this and she's calling out this person. The only things they show you are things they want you to be aware of. And for manipulative purposes. Everything they do and everything they show you is for a specific reason that you're not even thinking about.
Interesting. This is another video too. Jokes typically write themselves, right? And what makes them funny is just the comedian brings out the truth. Like, you can't overlook this. Nobody told this woman to do these weird glares and stares. Nobody. Look at this. I don't know what is this? Is she? Tears put on Erica Perk's face as she walks. Was she putting something in her eye? That's weird. And even with that Charlie Kirk thing, it was like a lot of creepy stuff with it, man. I was listening to the interview with Tucker Carlson and the guy that stepped down. The guy that stepped down from the White House, like he was over the war or something. I can't think of his name, but he was saying the last time he saw Charlie Kirk, he was telling the guy, "Don't let Trump, like we should not fight Iran. Israel is controlling," and then this guy comes up missing. Like it's a lot of weird stuff with this, man. A lot of weird stuff. But nobody wants to hear the truth. So let me see.
Okay, well, until you walk.
Yeah, bro. Look at this. I just want y'all to look at it. That ain't getting no Druski. But what about this? This is what she did. Look at this. Watch this.
But we serve a just God. And I rest easy in knowing that he's sovereign, but he's just. And so let the Lord handle that.
Is that not weird? That's not weird to y'all? I don't know. I don't know. I know people on Facebook probably unfollow me now. This guy, I can't believe it. And here's another one. This is a strange clip. So let's just take a look at this
rotating
one.
casts,
Yeah.
rotating.
I don't really know how, I'm not here to tell anybody how to grieve, but let's take a look.
The Charlie Kirk show is not going anywhere. My husband's voice will live on. The show will go on. We will have rotating hosts, rotating casts, rotating people coming
We've got
on.
some great people next week already.
Unbelievable. We will have consistency. The members only group will continue to go on. All of his socials that God has blessed us with, the people who follow those socials will go on. Nothing is changing. But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird.
Cringy.
We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off.
Yeah.
That's not what's happening. What's happening is the team is keeping this alive because we have Charlie in each and every one of us.
Yes.
And it is going to be continually the North Star of the conservative movement, of the voice of the youth, of the voice of the base, and that will not end.
Okay. Very, very weird. Very, very weird. So you can't necessarily get mad at Druski for just reenacting exactly what he saw. How can you be mad at him for that? Take a look at this one.
About the actual story.
Let me take a look.
And yet there are a huge number of conspiracy theories, you might call them brain rot, that are spreading right now online about the actual story behind the reality. One, people say that Tyler Robinson was actually a MAGA Republican. Or two, some people say you were actually a Mossad agent sitting in front of me and you were Charlie's handler and Israel killed Charlie.
Right.
Other people say that a number of men in the crowd were wearing maroon T-shirts, and this signifies that his killing was an elite airborne operation, whatever that means. They say that the rings on your fingers, which are
my kids'
initials,
my wedding band, the Medal of Freedom, my engagement ring.
But apparently they symbolize some kind of secret plot. There's also a new theory that Egyptian aircraft have been tracking you.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? Why are there so many conspiracies spreading about what seems to be a pretty open and shut case?
Wouldn't most women in this moment, like break down, crying tears, right? And I'm not saying she's not strong, but wouldn't you just lost your husband in the most horrific way. Wouldn't you break down crying? Are you commenting on here? Oh, that's not you. Okay. Yo, this is 6'7".
I don't know who that
Is that not you?
Who is that?
Yeah, I think that's you. But wouldn't you break down?
This is the first time that we have seen evil on display where we have social media at our fingertips. Something so evil that happened, people are wanting answers immediately. They are wanting to figure out how to wrap their mind around this. Egyptian planes.
Egyptian
planes.
Do you believe that Tyler Robinson murdered your husband?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think it is so hard for so many people to believe that reality?
Because it's too simple. Again, everyone always has to think there's more to the story. Well, sometimes there's not. I've seen the autopsy report. I've seen our case pulled together. I've been in constant contact with our lawyers, the prosecuting team. I've seen it all.
Did I want to know, did he even have a funeral, bro? You can't speak on extraterrestrial if you are not using spiritual receptors. That's like you going to a restaurant without a tongue, talking about the food has no taste. Interesting. Look, I'm not trying to go down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but let's listen to what Candace Owens has to say about this. Let's just listen to this real quick.
The employees are working 20-hour days, but also their founder, Charlie, was publicly assassinated less than 2 weeks ago. You got to address that, and you're going to hear her address that.
If you do need additional time off, please talk to your director about using paid time off for that. And again, it's not easy, but again, grief is hard. Otherwise, honestly, Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, you guys. Charlie would want us to get back to work, and that's what we're doing. And that's what we did with the memorial. And I'm so honored and proud of each and every one of you, because that's what we're going to do in his honor and in his name. We have so much to do, which is exciting. Charlie in heaven is like, you guys thought you had a busy schedule, then just you wait. We have 300,000 new donors. That is a blessing in itself. Again, not normal, all God. I think we have 50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. It's weird to say I'm excited. I really hesitate saying that. It's really hard for me to say that. It's a really weird thing to say, but I think it comes from a space of peace, knowing that God's using this and we're humbly witnessing the gospel in real time.
I don't know what to say. She doesn't want to say she's happy. I don't want to say I'm happy, but where it comes from, I'm going to explain the happiness I feel. It comes from peace, because we're witnessing the gospel in real time. All of this makes my skin crawl. It genuinely makes my skin crawl. So basically what the employees said to me was that they got onto this call and everyone's exhausted, everyone's been working, they pull off this massive memorial. And then there's kind of this approach where it's like, well, if you guys need paid time off, like Charlie's in heaven dancing, wanting you to work harder. He's just up there like, you better work. but you can use the paid time off that you have earned, by the way, if you need to grieve more. But imagine you're the employee and you're like, okay, well, this is his wife saying this. So am I weird? Would I be like, I would be pretty weird if I needed to take time off and his wife is saying she's full steam ahead. That's the mentality that they had. Like, how are we supposed, like, are we weird for wanting to grieve? Is that not the vibe? How can we take paid time off when Erica, his wife, is saying full steam ahead?
Yeah, y'all. I don't know, y'all. We gonna keep it moving along, man. I saw something very terrible. This made me so sad. This is terrible, man. Let me show you how terrible people are. So this lady hired migrant workers for a house, and the woman called ICE to pick up the workers before she paid them. Just a horrific, just a terrible person. Just a terrible. Look at it.
Pero por favor, bájese uno a uno.
Nos cayó la pinche ley, valió madre. Nos rodearon.
Necesito que no grabes y que comportes.
Estoy en todo el derecho de grabar, no estoy haciendo nada malo también. O sea, yo estoy cooperando, puedo cooperar con usted, no hay problema.
¿Estás grabando en este momento?
Estoy grabando, sí.
Ok. Hice lo que pude por ti.
No, está bien. La verdad que yo estoy aquí, no estoy haciendo nada malo también. Triste lo que está pasando hoy aquí. Estamos empezando un trabajo y cayó migración.
So the woman, they out there doing the work. She done found the people, and she found all these migrants to work on this raggedy ass house, and she ain't got the money to pay them, so she calls ICE.
La verdad que perjudicando a la gente trabajadora, a la gente que hace bien al país.
If this woman lived in my neighborhood every day, I would get some eggs and shit and just throw at her door. I swear I would. What a horrible and horrific human being.
Qué hijo de puta decepción, la verdad. Triste lo que hacen, en vez de andar buscando a la gente criminal en las calles, a los drogaditos. Vienen a joder a la gente que trabaja. Es la misma mujer. Arreglándole la casa y todavía con el odio en el corazón.
Go! Get out of here!
God bless America, bro! Bueno, los planes de Dios son...
I would sure go tear that shit up. She lucky, boy. If she lived in my neighborhood, I'm gonna go tear all that work up they did. I'm gonna take care of your...
Con esto sí que puede hacer uno. Sea venir a arreglarle la casa a esta señora y que ella misma sea la que nos eche para atrás. Es triste, pero a la vez todo tiene su propósito.
And this is over. Now look at this raggedy ass house. So what'll end up happening? She's gonna pay with karma some kind of way. She'll probably end up getting sick or getting struck with some type of sickness, bitch. You are a wretched, horrible, deplorable piece of shit of a human. Just a terrible person. I wish could hey chat, could somebody find her address? Could we find her address? Just send her horrific letters just every day. Just somebody find her address for me. Can we get a name of this person? Maybe we could cyberbully this lady. Like, could we do something? There has to be something we can do to make her life a living hell. What a terrible, terrible person, man. You know, I know this is off topic. We're gonna transition into another topic here. The Netflix is having a rivalry with YouTube where Netflix somehow views YouTube as a rival. I don't know what delusional exec they have in that office to make the people at Netflix believe they are in any way, shape, or form rivaling YouTube. They are delusional. And I sold my Netflix stock because I just think Netflix is going to spend their money into an abyss. YouTube or Netflix cannot compete with YouTube. It is virtually impossible. It is virtually impossible for them to compete with YouTube for the simple fact that YouTube is an open platform that partners with creators, providing creators an entrepreneurial landscape. Whereas Netflix is a platform that buys creators to own them. And the only thing people could do on Netflix is just watch the creators. People on Netflix get a check, and that is all they get. They don't get analytics. They don't get demographics. Netflix says, here's your check, and we're going to own this shit forever and forever. Netflix's model of just putting up some content to try to grow the subscription base to me is whack. I'm thinking about turning my Netflix off, but they can't compete. The only way Netflix will be able to compete with YouTube is if they open up the platform to creators, right? You have to open up that platform to creators, and you're going to have to get rid of all of your gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are going to have to die. That is the only way. YouTube has paid out over $100 billion to creators this year. YouTube is an economy for a lot of people at this point. Netflix is not, because YouTube is you eating what you kill, and you're partnering with them. And Netflix has not created that landscape. And that is why the Breakfast Club is losing relevancy in 2026. Now, I'm not saying the Breakfast Club won't come back, but without that YouTube muscle, they're not really getting to the people, because I will be damned if I turn on my Netflix to watch a Breakfast Club interview. That will never happen. It's never going to happen. It's just what it is. It's not happening. The Breakfast Club is not the movies. The Breakfast Club 100% belongs on YouTube. So I'm looking at this. I believe this is a Variety. This is a Variety article. YouTube exec counters Netflix rivalry talk, highlighting platform's global reach and $100 billion in creator economy payout. YouTube's managing director in France, South Europe, Justin Rice, spoke at a fireside chat hosting a series Mania and Lily. A week after Netflix co-CEO Tan Sarandos called YouTube a straightforward direct competitor, the platform's managing director in France and South Europe, Justin Rice, proved him right as she unpacked YouTube's strategy in the content business and global reach. Speaking at a fireside chat hosted at Series Mania and Lily, the Paris-based executive said YouTube paid out more than $100 billion to creators, artists, and media companies between 2021 and 2025. That figure outpaces Netflix estimated $79.5 billion in cash content spending over the same period. They paid out that $100 billion, but they made $100 billion. That's She said the comparison with Netflix highlights YouTube's growing weight in the global content economy, even as it stopped short of acting as a conventional commissioner. YouTube doesn't buy upfront and doesn't commission content as a broadcaster streaming platform do, but we pay back more than half of our revenue to the right owners who are behind the YouTube channels. She said YouTube tried to commission content like streamers in the past when it launched YouTube Red and abandoned it. We completely failed. She said, candidly, we started to acquire some content, but when you go into that direction, first of all, it's a different job. You have to have completely different skills, and then you have to propose a grid with new formats every month, every week, every day, every hour. The session was introduced by a presentation of Omdia, which revealed that while Netflix is bound to remain the subscription leader for years to come, YouTube's global audience of monthly active users is expected to be 3 times bigger by 2030. The study also showed that in France, Netflix edges YouTube as first choice of video service by a thin margin, 18 and 12% respectively, boasting more than 2.7 billion monthly active users. YouTube also overlaps massively with broadcast artists in several territories, especially in France, with 51%. YouTube Premium, meanwhile, has 100 million worldwide subscribers. During her chat at Series Mania, Rice sought to soothe concerns from traditional players, as she said, YouTube is here to replace television and is the best ally to the television industry, the broadcasters and the producers. She said users themselves have chosen these different journeys and different ways of consumption. Our job, and this is the primary mission of YouTube, is give the best user experience and business model. She went on to talk. I missed something here. Where did I miss? YouTube is the best user experience and business model. She went on to talk about different collaborations with paid TV and broadcasters across Europe, like Canal and France Television France and the BBC in the UK. When France Television goes on YouTube, it's to get the demos under 30 years old below versus its average artist on linear television, she said. The exec also pointed out YouTube was working with ratings company, Media Metri, in several countries, including France. You can see exactly the complementarity of audiences. She said it's made sense for the BBC to strike a partnership with YouTube because when you're a public service broadcast, your main mission is to address the widest possible audience. On the paid TV side, she said Canal Plus is using YouTube to push its free-to-air content. They have a very smart strategy of putting the first episodes of some original series like Valide on YouTube, and then it invites you. I'm not reading all this, but I just don't see how they beat YouTube. I don't see it. I watch YouTube, go to bed on YouTube. YouTube is on my phone, YouTube on my TV, YouTube is everywhere. I don't see how Netflix competes. Only way Netflix competes, they will have to open that platform up. And that's it. That is it. And guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here today. We're going to wrap it up. I just leave with this. What's happening, Spitty Sports Machine? I'm going to leave it with this. As y'all know, the NBA is slowly dying. I mean, look at this, right? I want to show you.
Oh, poor Derek White. We love you, but
this is 2026. This is a highlight of Victor Wembanyama dunking in today's NBA. I want y'all to look at this. Now, before I show you, remember, Victor Wembanyama is 7 feet 5 inches tall. I don't know, with his arms fully extended, he's like 12 feet tall. But look at this. This is a highlight of today's NBA.
and they're just toying with the little kids.
Oh, poor Derek White. We love you, but he's going to end up on every highlight.
And they really call that a highlight. Now that is a highlight of today. Look at that. Now you see that, right? This right here is a highlight from years ago. Oh man, it won't even. Oh damn. Well, I'll show y'all. You see that? That was a highlight. Michael Jordan is 6'6", taking off from the damn free throw line. You see the difference? That's a big difference. At 7'5", Wemby's supposed to be taking off from half court, bro. The NBA is cooked. The NBA product is on the decline. It's not exciting. I don't even know who the players are no more. Outside of Victor Wembanyama and some of these, Victor Wembanyama, SGA, American player, Ant-Man, but it's definitely on the decline. And I guess it's because, it's bloated. They won't do load management. Nobody really wants to play. And when you give a person $200 million for they tie their shoes up, I don't blame them. They don't feel like going to practice. It's just really sad. So, well, guys, we're going to wrap this up, man. I appreciate y'all watching this. If you can, go and join my membership page over on YouTube, or you can find my Patreon or whatever. Facebook, I'm doing a subscription over there too. And man, we gonna turn up. I don't know, man. I got to come back to Charlotte, man. Mr. CD, did you come to the show I did at Duckworth's that time? Did you come to that one? Mr. CD 382? Did you come to that show? I'm probably going to try to get back to Charlotte this year. Shout out to Jada Chosen. I'm going to see if Mr. CD came to the show. Damn, you missed the show. You ain't even come to the first show. See, y'all be asking me to come to these shows and y'all ain't going to even come. Y'all ain't right, man. But anyway, man, appreciate you, bro. Hopefully when I come back to Charlotte, you come to that show. But I'm going to get out of here, man. As always, guys, nothing but love, man. And I will see you guys tomorrow. That's going to be the end of today's stream.